This is the cabinet that we're going to be restoring to stock. It currently has a JROK'd installed in it, but we're going to tear all that out and replace it with the panoply of parts arrayed before us. Yes, I'm using a Space Duel cocktail as a work table, but yes, I've also layered paper towel and cardboard on it to prevent any damage to the glass. Down there we have our power supply, and we have the interior of the cabinet currently set up for JROK'd. So we've got a K7000 in there with one hell of a scraped together JAMMA harness, and the JROK'd is hiding right up there. And over there on that seat we've got a brand new harness from Charles Klein. So let's get started. So the very first thing that we're going to do is unwrap and set up this PCB set. This was tested working previously, sold to me by a great K-lover, and we're hoping that it will just install and have no problems whatsoever. You know, knock on wood. That's cardboard, but you get the point. So what we're going to do is mount it, this hardware, the back plane, after we swap the ROMs off of it. What do I mean? Well, in this box is the tie-dye ROM set, which is something interesting. It makes Robotron have the distinction of being the very last game, or the longest gap between updates that any game has ever had. Here are the tie-dye ROMs. We're going to put those in the ROM board. So why don't we start there? Let's go ahead and unseal the anti-static packaging. Which is not coming out great, so let's rethink our strategy a little bit here. So I don't want to break anything. That works. Whatever. And just gently pull this out. And we have green ROMs, which we are going to remove because the tie-dye version is just that much better. Oh, it's stuck on the connector. Oof. Snips time. There we go. Perfect. Now we can go ahead and follow the ROM map and install these ROMs. So let's see what we need to do. We have our tie-dye ROMs. So why don't we just start very slowly installing these. Make sure that we understand the labels, because currently I do not. Oops, one fell off. And let's see. ROM 3 is 4A. Do I even have a 4A here? Oops. No. So it actually should be 12B, according to this label. Because I'm looking at this upside down. Maybe that's why. I'm just stupid. 3B, 2A, obscured, 7A, 7C, 7E, very confused, 7B, what? Doesn't make any sense. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Huh. Okay. I can only assume that this is done for some other set, because there's a 4B on here. There's no 4B on this anywhere. And there's also a 4B here. So I guess I'm missing the intent, but we're just going to go ahead and replace 1 for 1 and see how that works out for us. So let's start with 10B. Oh, I see. They're just numbered. I'm really dumb. These do not want to come out. I have tested chip pullers and other little tools like that before, but I have not found any solution that works so well as this particular screwdriver. This is my favorite chip pulling tool because I can get in right under the corners of the chips, twist it slightly, and raise the chip out without bending anything usually. I feel with the chip pullers, I'm always more worried about damaging the board. I'm a little slower with the screwdriver than with a chip puller, but not by too much. So let's go and install this 10B ROM. Just keep doing this one at a time. B. In you go. Perfect. Now for 11B. Maybe I should remove all these ROMs before installing the rest of them. It might make life a little easier. Why don't we go with that option? Just make sure we put them down in the exact same orientation that we got them out, and everything will be hunky-dory, right? So let's keep on that pattern then. I'm glad this is only Robotron and not a second generation Williams game I'm doing this to, because there's only so much patience I have for plucking ROMs. Especially when I'm trying not to damage them, because this is an original set and I'd really like to preserve it and keep it with the game, even if I have no intention of playing on the green label set. I'd still very much like to have it. Well, I guess this isn't actually green, I'm just colorblind. This is the yellow red stripe set. Curious what this is, since it doesn't seem to match. There's a Williams logo on it. But I guess we'll find out when we pull all of them, or it won't matter. Come on. Perfection. Yeah, being able to lower the screwdriver even more makes this easier. Doing this all at once, I think, is the right call. Even if it does leave a little more to the memory when the whole ROM board is empty. That's how it goes, right? Halfway there towards emptying the board. I think I'm hitting my rhythm. Ugh. that's sound. These have not left their sockets in many a moon. Careful. One side. You never want to pry against the surface of the PCB. Always use the socket, which means sometimes you have very little to go on. It's part of the reason I like this particular screwdriver. So you can get right in under the difficult to reach areas, pop the ROMs right out. Last row. And after we get these out, I'm totally just going to put these ROMs right back in the container that the other ROMs came in. And then probably store them in the coin box. I think that'll be the way to go. And then we get to open up the other PCBs. Isn't that exciting? Last ROM. Come on, let's not screw this up on my very last ROM. I'm only one ROM away from retirement. One ROM away. Do not lead me astray. Just silence my phone. And silenced. Okay, so now let's start inserting ROMs. This is 11. And we need to find 12. Here is 12. Let's stick that in. And then 9. 8. 7. 6. 5. Oop, they're locked together. 5. 4. 3. Trying to run away there. 2. 1. Tie-dye ROMs. Ta-da! So let's put these back on this anti-static foam so we can hold on to them. These are nice quality ROMs. And like I said, original to the game. Who doesn't want a spare set of Robotron ROMs lying around? I certainly do. I think they're just neat. So before we get any further, let's go ahead and box these up. one set of ROMs ready for retirement. Put those off to the side. And this too. Alright. So, ROM board goes in right here, like so. And we're going to need to get some screws to install it. Here they are. I do hope you could see this. There we go. Let's just move that further to the center of the vision. Put one in. 2, 3, 4. Give that a little bit of a screw in. You know, actually, I don't want to do this. I should use regular screwdrivers. I realized I was about to drive that thing really fast and there's a vector monitor under here. I don't really want to give a permanent DeGauss issue. So why don't we abstain from power tools? Alright, let's unpack these other boards. What do we got in here? If it will come undone, that is. Use our snips again. Just to get through this tape. So much tape. So well packed. I'm really thankful, Pumpoco, for packing this thing so well. Alright, let's see. How does this come apart? We have a soundboard. That doesn't go on here. And a widget board. That does go on here. And the widget board goes right there like that. This is what allows the genericness of Williams games, i.e. that you can convert a Williams Robotron board set to a Joust or to a Stargate, and in certain cases Bubbles and Splat. It is because they all share the same CPU board, and this widget board allows them to selectively choose their inputs. So you have a large set of pins, but each game only uses a few of them. And that's how it goes. Finally, piece de la resistance, we have this Robotron main board. Open in one piece this time. That'd be splendid. Oh, we may have it, folks. Here we are. Oh, come on. One Robotron main board. Put that down right there. Move this soundboard out of the way. This goes on like that. And slots in right there in the center. So let's give this a few screws. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and done. So let's just screw that in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But while we're at it, that soundboard also needs a home. And the soundboard actually goes on the plate that contains the power supply, which is kind of interesting. So that's right here. I believe it's oriented like this. Crap, we need some screws for that too. Luckily, I have another entire bag of them. Just need 4. Actually, this one's missing a screw too, so we need 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh my god, that's hysterical. So these are all marked OK December 2023. That's when I bought this board. But this one is marked OK July 23rd, 2084. Oh, that's funny. I love that. Whoever put that label in, I suspect it's Pompoco, has a very good sense of humor. I appreciate that. Just straighten up this cap. There we go. Okay. Now that is a complete Robotron board set ready to be installed in this cabinet. So why don't we proceed to tear down this cabinet. Okay, so just about everything in this cabinet has got to go, because most of, if not all of it, is incorrect. Not part of the original Robotron unit that was in here. So all of it has to come out, and then we will figure out what parts can actually stay. We could start with that JROK'd. I don't feel bad about using a power drill in here. Oops, this is still connected. Gotta undo that. Doesn't seem to want to come undone. Doesn't matter, just force it. And now we are one JROK'd devoid in this cabinet. Let's see what else we can yank out of here. Oop, this can go. Oops. And what else can we... Where else is this disaster hooked up? There. Can remove it here and here. I think part of this is original. Not a lot though, but something, which makes it more difficult to remove. There we go. That's really it, I guess. Now, this is partially the original AC harness, but it's been hacked up a bit. the memory protect's been chopped. We'll evaluate it when we get in the new power brick, how bad it is. But we do need to remove this other power brick. Which is going to require a ratchet set. Or I guess hand turning it, because it seems pretty weak. This looks like it's an original Williams base, but that doesn't look like a Williams power ISO. So I'm not sure what to make of this. I think it just is something. Whatever it is, it's quite wibbly wobbly. And I will be glad for it to be very gone. And turning 2 at a time. Oops, it's still stuck because of the other AC harness that's hooked onto. In case I want to keep it, I'll disconnect them at the Molex and then snip these zip ties holding it all together. Let's see. Ooh, that one went flying. Still moving. There we go. One JAMMA harness out. Looking mighty fetching, if I say so myself, this cabinet of ours. Now, before I install this other power brick, I recalled I had ordered a dual wire rod kit from Charles Klein. So I'm going to go ahead and install that because it needs to get done before it goes in the cabinet. So hold, please. Okay, so I've decided that I actually am going to remove what remains of this AC harness. I think it is the right move, only because of this memory protect switch. Which, is it easier to fix it or replace this whole thing now that I think about it? Ooh, rebel. Neither of these plugs are very good. But this does go all the way to the front, and then it goes up. Does this branch off like that? I guess it must. How hard would it be to get that switch? Oh, it's screwed in from back there. Oh, woe is me. Woe is me. Fuck it. Fuck it. The AC harness stays in. I'll just live without the memory protect switch. Whatever. That's fine then. Oh. What the heck is this? It got wired directly into this? That's really weird. I've not seen that before. Am I even able to unscrew this? No, not enough space. So this is wired differently. So I do actually have to remove this. If I have to remove this, you know what that means. I have to remove the whole damn thing. Ugh. Why is it wired like that? Ooh. Some gunky stuff. See that green? Not sure what's up with that, but I don't like it. Would this even plug in? Doubt it. This is really weird. Oh well. I guess it is tied to a fuse, so it has to go in. Alright, replacing the AC side harness it is then. I do what I must. I do what I must. Okie doke. How does this come out? Oh, it's got staples in the wall. Those are annoying. I don't know what I'll do with it once it's out. I guess keep it for reference or something, or it's gonna suck to remove. Telling myself right now, do not neck this monitor. Monitor. Do not neck it. Do not neck this monitor. That would be, as they say in the industry, bad. There are more screws? Oh, I guess there are 4. And hold that thing in. Yep, 4. I got 1, 2, 3. Oop. I just touched that neck board with my elbow. I may or may not have given myself a bit of a finger ouchie while soldering. I just hit that neck board with my elbow again. Got a great track record today. Should I remove this monitor before doing this? Quite possibly. Would have made life just that much easier. That's very awkward. Why not remove the monitor now, Liam? It just pulls out. That's why Williams games are awesome. You've literally talked about this in previous videos, that the monitor is just so easy to remove. Just pull it out. But why would I do that when I can be chronically lazy? That's a specialty of mine. I'm very good at it. Thank you very much. Will this even come out this way? The answer, dear readers, fucking probably not. Which means I have to pull the monitor back. At least I know somewhat when to admit defeat. Well, partial defeat. I'm not going to concede whole defeat. I'm just going to pull it back a little bit, not all the way. That way it's only like I'm losing a little bit. I don't have to admit my failures as much. Now, I should just be able to pull this. Thing out. All of it. Oh, this would be easier without the monitor. Fine. I accept defeat. I accept it. I will remove this monitor. Put it over here. I have a trash pile because I'm going to need one. This AC harness is going in it, as well as this scrap of a JAMMA harness. Now, new AC harness time. At least I don't have to pull a whole corner power cord out. Just gonna thread that down. Following the original routing. Does this go under or above? I don't know. Let's start with the power switch and the memory protect and work our way down from there. Just move this up over here so that ye viewers have at least a snowball's chance in hell of seeing what I'm doing. Not that it's particularly visually attractive or stunning anyway, you know. Just gonna pull that memory protect. Is there another? Oh no, there's more screws under it. That's just devilishly mean. How the fuck do you even... Oh, I guess you have to push it through. Except this one's kind of broken, so it doesn't really want to push through. We'll pretend like it does and address that problem in a second. Why address now what I can address later? Isn't that fun? Why address now what I can address later?
will I just give this thing 2 screws?
Seems like another plan. Didn't say a good plan, said another plan. Give it one good effort to try to push this through. Failing that, I'll just use the one that was already here. Because it's soldered. Of course it's soldered. Why wouldn't it be soldered? Fucking Williams and your quality engineering. Will my trusty screwdriver save the day? Can I get this out with my trusty, ever capable, multifunctional screwdriver? The answer is yes. I'll tell you guys, this screwdriver, wherever the camera is, screwdriver, God's gift. Oh, I got a stuck screw. Whatever shall I do? Screwdriver to the rescue? Question mark? Yeah. Love this screwdriver. All right, let's reinstall a memory protect switch. One screw. Make sure I align it properly. Oops. I'll get that in a second. Oops. Why don't I just collect all of them then? Gotta collect them all. Alrighty, let's try this again. Why? Why did I drop that like that? That's so dumb. Cruel world. Can I even find it? Yeah, there it is. Just went next to Joust. Didn't go anywhere or do anything of note. Just kind of hanging out. Okie doke. Back to this. Another screw. I don't even care about a memory protect switch anyway. It's not like this one has another one on the front like it's supposed to. Now, go in your hole. Properly assigned hole. Wait, I have a better tool for this. There's no monitor in here now.
Nothing from stopping me from using AC tools. Shove this back in place. Perfection. Now for the next bit. This interlock. I believe it goes this way. I really hope I'm right. Grab 4 screws for it. Can't see diddly. That's okay. Find that hole by feel alone. Ooh, it's a little higher up. By feel alone, huh? Oh, it's because the wire is in the way. It's in there. Just turn. Okay. Progress is being made, ladies and gentlemen. Slow, but not inconsequential. Scratch 2. Last, but oh so certainly not least. Cool, now let's tighten them. Life is easier when you can see it. I might have to do this one by hand. That last screw. Very stubborn. All right, trusty little screwdriver got the job done. Now let's continue with wiring this AC harness. This obviously goes here. This little piggy goes here. Ow. This little piggy goes way up there to the top.
plugs in over here, and then down here. And this whole mess goes under, including the monitor power, which goes here. This goes back, down, and down to the base, which we are going to install. It's hard to see the exact evidence of where this power brick once was, other than it once was. Let's tilt this camera again. Let's see. What kind of screws are these? Oh, the ratcheting kind. How lovely. Okay. One down, 3 to go. Oh wow. The original Robotron holes are still here. They've just been covered up. I'm actually gonna move this out of the way. All those holes are just so full of sawdust, they're basically invisible. But I think these should line up roughly with where this originally was. It's definitely one. This goes all the way up here. You know what? Cheat code. Is this the proper way to use this tool? No. Does it work? Yes. Oops.
find the correct alignment. Two down, two to go. One to go. Do I regret using a tool in a way that it is not intended? Absolutely not. That is rock solid, not going anywheres. So let's plug it in. Okay. We'll address that later. There are a few spots that are definitely going to need some additional TLC, but why don't we install the boards? Board time. Start with this. Power and sound. Give it a nice little screw to hold on to at the top. Where was this originally attached? Looks like there. Yes. Oh, that is not a drill bit. Next side. Let's give it two more. Damn it. Just broke another harness tag. Fix that in a minute. And I can get one more at the bottom. Maybe. Yeah, there we go. Perfection. Now, see where this goes. It goes right in here like this. Board time. Main board time. The cool one. Fun one.
corners on these things are so sharp. It goes like this in here. Use my cheat code again. Should you be installing these while it's vertical? Probably not. Am I doing it anyway? Yes. It works out well enough anyway. Another one. Oops. Another one. Another. Oops. Come on. Oh, come on. Last one. Perfect. Now notice there's one screw I didn't tighten, so I'm gonna go ahead and tighten that. Let's connect these ribbon cables. And now let's install the main harness. Here it is, courtesy of Charles Klein. Big tangled mess that I made. Charles shipped these very neatly. I screwed it up. That's my fault. And it starts over here, like this. CPU power. I have another one of Charles's harnesses in our joust, and it is fantastic. Really cannot sing enough praises to this guy for the quality of these things. Because they are the best. What's this? Power supply. Alright, this goes. What's this then? Widget board, I think. I believe this goes like here. Yes. And then this one goes here. This one continues across. Including dropping off the speaker connection here, which is different than what I currently have. And this goes up here. So I'm going to have to go to the front to do this, but this one is our monitor connection. It goes up here. Let's plug up this stuff. Also satisfying. This one is one too large. There we go. I believe this goes like this. If need be, I'll double check it, but I'm pretty sure this is how they connect. Power supply. Weird. A lot of stuff there. Sound power. This is too far over. Sound power. This little guy. This one. That's right. That's how that goes. And then our controls up there. And the cooling door here. What else do we have? What is this? These, I'm not sure what to do with. These are lockouts, and this is the speaker cables that go up there. And this is the monitor. This is all sound. In theory, we could try this and see if it blows any fuses, but let's keep going. I've already verified the power supply is working properly. So at least I don't have to think about that. Could be any of the other weird things with this cabinet that could cause a myriad of problems, but we are just going to hope for right now that they don't cause any problems. Did I get this in the wrong one? I guess I did. Weird. I guess only 2 of these are needed. Yep. That one is the sound pot, which is currently having trouble fitting in because of this key. Removing the key, never a good plan, but you know, whatever. We'll just live with it. Where are we going to put this sound pot? Here is good. Just need a couple of screws for it. Wait, is there an original spot for it? Yes. There it is. There's the original spot. Try to put it exactly where it used to be, for old time's sake. Doesn't like that. Let's try a different screw. Too big. Too big, too small, just right. Love that game. Perfect. Okay, where are we now? Oh, I screwed up there. This should be under here, or in, actually, under that. Let's quickly correct that. Want to make sure we have proper grounding in here, don't we? Perfect.
Oops. I believe we had a similar grounding issue on the bottom. One strap that needed to be attached to the rest. And we'll do that. We'll just do it right here. Tied up with the rest of them. That's good. Ito moyo. Now we need to deal with these speakers. And actually, something to do with this nonsense. Okay, we have to attack this from the front. I'm also gonna grab the speaker connector off of the old harness and use that for attaching the new one. Am I gonna crimp it? Yeah, that's exactly what I'm gonna do. Nothing fancy. Nothing fancy. Get this whole insulated connector in that hook. I think so. Everything seems wired on these. There is some rewiring that has gone on. It's a little concerning. I guess we'll find out in a minute what this all does. Oh, very exciting. Very exciting. I love trying things out live. I'm going to replace that with something bigger. So I can just do this, then it's all the way over there. Yeah. Nope, that requires an actual screwdriver. I dropped a screw, I think, onto the power supply. You can't see the damn thing anywhere. Hopefully it's not shorting anything. Guess I'll find out soon enough. Yeah. Gotta love that. That's real fun. Real fun. That hole is too big. That's tough. That's really tough. Damn it. I dropped another screw in here. How many screws do I have loose? Too many. I've got too many screws loose. Too many screws loose. Where is my loose screw? I'd love to know. Cause I've got a screw loose. Oops. Fuck! Keep dropping this goddamn screw. I just want to screw in a cable holder. Just want to screw this in. Gotta make a pilot hole. Something that I can put just the tip in. This is like try 8 to put this screw in. It's kind of insane. Finally! Fucking finally. Okay, let's put the monitor back in. I'm anxious to test this. You know, see how badly this goes. Oop. Heavy sucker. It's caught on a ground strap.
I'm not going to fully attach it just yet. I'm going to first see if anything blows up when I turn it on. Isn't that fun? Will it blend? Should I plug in the speakers? I guess you should plug in the speakers. Where is the speaker connection? This is speakers. I need to get something that can splice wires. Be right back. Oh, this is very typical of me to toss something important somewhere vaguely unfindable. Is it on top of the game? Is it near the game? Plugged in up there? Down there? No. Is it on the floor here? With its chopped remains? Unfortunately, no. Is it in front of the cabinet? We have a winner! Ding, ding, ding. I just figure, well, one speaker is in case something goes terribly wrong. I want to know what happened. And be able to, I don't know, maybe fix it. Wouldn't that be something? Okie doke. Remember, we're about to do something that should not be done ever in the arcade hobby, and that is try a bajillion different things at once. None of this I have tested except the power supply for sanity. So this could either work wholly or be terrible. Really, really terrible. So I guess we will find out very shortly how expensive the weight of my sins will be. Hopefully, the gods do not on me extract a heavy bounty. Oops. Not squeeze hard enough. All right, that's crimped. Let's plug it up. Okay, in theory, this thing is now ready to rock. So, set up a camera on the front of it and see if anything explodes. Okay, the time has come to plug this thing in and
hope for the best, I guess. Let's do a final round of double and triple checking everything before we give it a whole lot of juice. It seems everything is hooked up, right? Pod is firmly in the middle. I'm basically unsure of only the coin door. Everything else I think is probably going to work, but we're about to find out. It is plugged in. The interlock is open. Lights came on. Nothing blew a fuse. We have a rug pattern. Oops. Shouldn't have moved that. That doesn't look great. Rip. Seeing a code flashing here. 207. Let's Google it.
So I want to be perfectly clear, I didn't read the service manual for this game like I probably should have, given that we were installing original boards into it. If I had read that manual, I would know that the flashing code there on the ROM board indicates a bad ROM. Go figure. So I'm sitting there. This video is running at 500% speed. And I'm going down all kinds of rabbit holes for why would this game shut down? And it takes me quite a while before I pull up that manual to actually see, wait a minute, maybe something is wrong with the ROM board. Here we go. A breath of sanity. Identifying the bad ROM chip, pulling it off and taking a look, only to find that one leg on that chip had been pulled off wrong when I installed it. So that's why it wouldn't work. Thankfully, I don't think it did any permanent damage, but oops, dropped that there. I was so concerned at the time about all of this, I completely neglected to do any speaking. I was all focused. But here's the error, so I think so. Put it back in and make sure it's seated and hope for the best this time. Yeah, double check that right there.
Holy fucking shit, that was loud. So it worked for a minute, and then we lost LED 2 on the power supply. Looks like we blew a fuse.
LED 2 is linked to fuse 3, and that is the 12-volt fuse. It also powers the coin lockout coils, which our Robotron doesn't have. But before attempting to turn it on again, cue more frantic Googling, attempting to figure out what in the heck could have happened to this fuse. So first things first, pull it out, try to figure out what it is, because as you can see in the background there, the label that describes what fuse is what is missing, and I am still not partial to looking at the freaking manual before anything else. My natural instinct is search Klov, and that's not always the wisest move when you could just look at the manual. So the instinct is to try to figure out if something shorted, and it didn't look like it, so tried it again. And you could see right there was a flash. It shorted out pretty much immediately, which was not great, to say the least. Cue more Googling, pulling things apart. Now we're going to try testing it without actually having anything plugged in. No boards, just powering on the power supply. That works. Monitor, also good. So it's not the monitor. It's not the main power supply or transformer. Power supply is okay, still producing 12 volts. So what else could it be? Google, 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 Google. Start looking at the harness. See that wire that I pulled out there, that was actually sitting on a ground strap. And I don't think that wire, that's for the memory protect switch, has anything to do with the 12 volt, but moved it out of the way just in case, just to make sure. And then started messing with the coin door as well, because that's where the 12 volt goes, right? Tried to eliminate any potential shorts on the coin door itself. Plugged it all back in, and it really made me wait a minute here. That is music to my ears. Of course, I'm sitting there waiting to see if anything else changes. Shut it off and then plug the monitor back in. We know the board set at least booted, but now we need to see if there is an image on the screen and if we could actually go ahead and get some gameplay out of this thing. So far, so good. So let's go to the front of the cabinet and see what we have.
I love sound. Are you ready to listen to the awesome sound of Robotron? JROK'd has nothing on this. Wow, I screwed up there. there's an exploit on this level. If you don't get Timmy until the last character, Mikey, all the brain bots go after Mikey. At least on the earlier ROM versions. Not my best. I can do better. Let's do better. Leave no one behind. That means you, Mikey. It's already better than last game. Tanks suck. You have to move unpredictably because they can bounce their shots. And I am very predictably going after the people. Screw that level! I choose life! Damn it. I choose life. Choose life, choose life, choose life. No. Oh well. At least it seems to work.